leading to the rooftop, so we all got up there. We waited for a while, and there was a man whose apartment has a window that opens into the rooftop. He opened the window and let us into his apartment. We stayed the whole time at his place, in the dark, waiting for events to unfold. We could hear explosions, gunshots, screams. We didn't know what was going on, really.
I heard some noise when I was at the bistro, which is where I work. I got out, I started running. I was looking for where the sound was coming from. I figured out it was coming from Le Carillon and Le Petit Cambodge. I arrived at the scene, and there were lots of dead bodies on the ground. Lots of dead bodies. Lots of dead bodies. At that moment, you can't tell if this is real or fiction, a movie. Whatever the case, a lot of people are dead. It's a place. It's part of the neighborhood. You go get your coffee there every morning. Everybody knows everybody. There are the daytime customers and the nighttime customers. And now it was dinner time for customers at Le Petit Cambodge and Le Carillon. There are terraces, people inside and outside. Apparently the car stormed in. They took out a Kalashnikov and fired on everybody. It could have been me. It could have been anyone. You. Anybody. Someone just passing by. Children. I live in the neighborhood. Maybe there are people I know there. I don't know.
A little bit earlier, my colleague Robert Nisbet took a look around those restaurant areas where the bulk of the attacks happened last night, sort of pieced together more of a picture of what happened.
This is Le Carillon, one of the restaurants that was targeted at the start of the attacks last night, and you can see just how close you can get to it. I mean, these are locals and journalists, but you can step right up to the front. The door where the gunman first appeared, you could see the flowers and the candles that have started to be placed at the door, and the sawdust on the pavement, which primarily was used to soak up some of the blood. And you can see from the bullet holes here in the window just how indiscriminate this spraying of bullets was. And just across the road is Le Petit Cambodge, a Cambodian restaurant. This is in the 10th arrondissement, which is close to the centre of Paris. Several died here as well. Between these two restaurants, 14 people were killed.
Well, this picture we've just received is of a young man called Valentin Ribet, who was a graduate of the London School of Economics International Business Law School last year, who is now known to have died in the attacks here in Paris. The LSE put out the statement saying the Paris Union of Young Lawyers has paid tribute to him and sent out this picture. The lawyers have lost one of their colleagues, Valentin Ribet. We share the pain of his family, and we are thinking of them today. So one of the first names of victims to be released so far. Well, 127 victims that we know of so far. The names, I'm sure, will start emerging in the coming hours, with great pain to the people of Paris, and particularly to the friends and families of all those who died in this catastrophe here in Paris last night. More on Sky News from Paris in a moment.